I'm very pleased to rise today on this MPI put forward by the member for Caulfield. Before I start, Deputy Speaker, if you indulge me, I'd like to read this that goes straight to the point of the MPI today that just came out a couple of hours ago. Path to killing someone. Teen allegedly involved in high-speed police chase bailed again. A 16-year-old who was allegedly involved in a 200-kilometre-an-hour police chase across Melbourne has been bailed, despite a Melbourne magistrate saying he was highly likely to kill someone if he continued on this path of destruction. The teenager, who was on probation at the time of the chase, had 19 prior offences. 19, was allegedly involved in home evasions, aggravated burglaries earlier this month after he repeatedly been granted bail.
Stop the clock. Point of order, Minister.
I don't think that the member has actually referenced what he is reading from directly.
The bottom clock has been stopped. My understanding from the clerks is this is how it's been done since the Speaker brought it in. Can we not argue, Member for Manager of Business? The Minister, point of order, was on relevance.
Yes, relevance. Also, reading from notes, could we find out what the source is?
Order. I don't uphold the point of order, Minister. The member is talking about crime, and I would ask him to continue and come to the MPI as well.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. It was that article was from The Age that was just put up 2 hours ago and directly went to the first point of the MPI, if the Minister has cared to read it, about bail laws. And this is what we are here on about today. And we are not, at any point in time in our contributions today, diminishing the value of Victoria Police, like some members on the other side have suggested. That is not the case. This MPI is about the competence of this government to keep crime in this state under control. And the government is failing terribly. And also the fact that they've pretty well sacked the police commissioner at a time when crime in this state is out of control. And it was interesting earlier, there's been a couple of references about the dismissal of the police commissioner. 5 days beforehand, he was going to get an extension, and then he was gone. The only real reference to it was that there was a vote in no confidence of the police commissioner, which was unprecedented. Now, that's not the case in this state. It has happened before where there has been a vote of no confidence and the police commissioner has stayed on. But I'll tell you where there was another vote of no confidence at that, like around the same time, was the Werribee by-election. The Werribee by-election, where there was a 17% swing against the government, and one of the main issues in the Werribee by-election was law and order. Was law and order why there was a swing against the government, why there was a 17% swing, which is nearly as much as what the crime has gone up in the last 12 months, 16% increase in crime. So they sit here and they preach and they get up, and the minister got up there and gave us all these facts and figures today. Got up there, we've done this, we've done that, we've done that. Well, unfortunately, the bail laws in this state are so diminished that we have a revolving door of people going in and out. And it is the community expectation, and the government says this. After the Werribee by-election, the government said, we have listened. We've listened to the community. We understand the issues. We understand that the bail laws need to be formed up. I mean, the Premier herself actually came out and said we have to do more. We have to do more on bail reform. The Police Minister came out and said there's nothing wrong. I've got a heap of solutions in the bottom drawer of my desk. Well, that's doing a great job, Deputy Speaker. He's got the solutions in the bottom drawer of his desk. Well, we have a car stolen every 20 minutes. How's that working? If I would give a suggestion to the Police Minister, I'd say this. Get those papers out of the bottom drawer, dust them off a bit. They've probably been sitting there since 2022, because that's how long he's been in the job. Put them up and actually do something. because you are doing 5/8 of stuff all at the moment. Now let's have a let's really analyse what's going on lately. So, the old police commissioner, he's a speed hump now for this government. They've thrown him under the bus. But let's really look at the police commissioner himself. Patton joined the force in 1978. 1978. This man has had 40-odd years experience, 47 years experience in the police force. That is a lot of experience. This government hang him out to dry, throw him under the bus. Do you know how old our police minister was when Patton first joined the police force? 5. He was 5 years old. 5 years old. Right? The current minister has been in the job since 2022. He's had 3 years' experience in the job. So what we do is we throw a veteran under the bus of 47 years in the job, and the police minister keeps his job. Oh my goodness, I would much rather listen to the bloke that's had 47 years' experience than 3. It's really that simple. And what they've done, the way they actually let him go was disgraceful. Someone of 47 years' experience gets a text message saying, "Thank you very much, goodbye," is a pretty poor way to dismiss a dedicated public servant from this state. It is actually very poor, and they should be ashamed of themselves for doing that. It wasn't good form. And the biggest problem I believe the police commissioner had, the biggest problem, he didn't speak out enough against this government. He didn't hold the government to account enough. And he had pushed the government on bail reform. He said we needed bail reform. The bar is that low on bail reform now. It is ridiculous. It's why these kids just go, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go do another Agberg. I'm going to steal another car. Because I know I will get arrested, I'll go there, and then they'll let me out, which is what happened just 2 hours ago in that report. And this is what this MPI is about. The community expectation of this government is to keep everyone safe. And that isn't happening. And that's what the MPI is about, especially around bail reform. It is not too much to ask that if somebody is committed or has been bailed 50 times, that they don't go back out on the street. And I'm going to tell this story in my electorate, in Warragul, right, that we wanted to prohibit machetes in this state. The government said they were a controlled weapon. We wanted them gone. There was a machete attack in Warragul, a machete attack, Deputy Speaker. They tried to get in one house, they couldn't get in. Then they walked down this dark lane, absconded a 19-year-old girl who had just finished work, attacked her in her car, stole her car. Guess what? The offender was on bail. Now, how do you think that 19-year-old girl feels, Deputy Speaker? And I know her father, been friends with her father a very long time. How do you think that 19-year-old girl feels? How do you think the father feels? And guess what? He got arrested, they found him, took him to court. One guess, Deputy Speaker, what happened after that? One guess. He got bail. So where is the safety of our community gone? What has this government done? You can stand up here and sprout all the figures. You can sprout, we've invested this, we've done that, we've done that. But it's clearly not working. It's clearly not working. Even our Deputy, Ross Gunther, the former Deputy Commissioner, was quoted. Why do self-interest groups and self-described experts have so much sway over issues that impact the whole community? Do we adequately respond to the victims? And that's the question. Are we responding to the victims? We forget about the victims. He went on to say, but the system is not coordinated and the elements are not working together. Now, the government had an absolute, I can't say that, conniption when that happened. They went into meltdown, they gagged Gunther, and now he has left the force. Like many other hard-working Victoria Police in this state, people with experience now are leaving VicPol in droves. Yes, some are going to Queensland. They get paid more and there's incentive to go there. You know the incentive? A Liberal government. There's the incentive to go to Queensland because they're getting tough on crime. This government is about as tough on crime as a used condom. It's weak, absolutely weak. They are limp when it comes to crime, and they have to get this right because our communities are at risk time and time again. And this MPI is about this. This is why the MPI has been put forward, and the member for Caulfield was 100% spot on in his wording of the MPI. The way the government is treating our communities, the way our communities are put at risk, is absolutely hopeless. The bail laws are failing time and time again. The government has done nothing to fix it. They've tried to strengthen them. They've blocked us 2 times on it, and I totally support the MPI.